Hi, let's see some of the trades that we have on pay trading. There is a Nutri application. So let me just open the application. So it's a web-based application, and then it will be a mobile application also in another few days. So let me just come to the watch list and see which are the currently running trades. So I've just clicked on the watch list, and you can see that this Ashok Leyland we have a trade. So So you can see that when trading now is nothing but the current running trades, and watching is the trades that are expected to come in another few days or whatever it is time. So what we do is Ashok Leyland and EM, we'll just click on this. Let's see what's happening in the profit and loss account. So the first condition will be your correlation should be more than 70%, and your winning ratio also should be more than 70%. Now you can see the worm of Ashok Leyland and EM. So Ashok Leyland is down, and EM has performed well. So we have the data for last 10 years. Let's see what's the current profit and loss account on this. So I just clicked on that. This call got completed on March 3rd. That is Ashok Leyland we had short, and EM we had bought. So the next day itself we had this fall in Ashok Leyland, and EM had gone up. So that was around 18,900 rupees profit on the first day itself, the second day, the next trading day. Now let's see, the Z-score should be 3.02 is the Z-score. It should always be, we have set it for 2.7. Now the call got generated at 3. So if we could exit at least at 2 or 1 and 1.5, that will be a very good trade. You can see that 3.02 and the next day it fell to 2.2, and your profit is 18,900 odd. And then subsequently the other days it went up. But your final Z-score should always be 1. That is your exit point. So let's just check. So March 17, that is yesterday, the Z-score was 1.67. So that's around 17,200 and 275 is the profit. That is the current profit. Let's see how the market opens today. We can decide on whether to exit the trade or continue on this trade. But Z-score is still around 1.6. But when you compare the profit, if you can just see, the ideal thing would have been a strategy like enter into two lots in this particular pair. Exit when you have got this kind of a profit on the next day itself, exit one lot there and carry over not till your Z-score comes to 1. So 1.6 is the current this one, and you can see that the winning trades is 84%, and so we have this 13 trades in past 10 years, and your winning trade is 84%. That's a very good percentage, because always look at percentage of more than 70%, 70 to 75% is what we look at. So let's come back to the next trade that's happening. To Ashok Leyland and Hero MotoCorp. So you can see that the correlation is 79%. Let's click on this. So again we have the data. Okay, we have the data here. Now let's come to this. I think this is a loss call. The reason being it's a loss call. The reason I'll tell you, 12,000 rupees is lost because you have the winning trades, which is around 66% only. So in 9 trades you have 60% winning trades, and this is an odd pair. You know that Ashok Leyland is a 4-wheeler company. Hero Motors is into 2-wheeler. So your units will not be that high here. So that's one of the reasons why you have got this loss here. So you don't enter this kind of trades. You always enter trade your winning trades are more than 70-75%, and your correlation is more than 70 to 75%. So this call we can ignore this. We'll come back to the next trade, Ashok Leyland and Tata Motor DVR. Again, you can see the correlation is 76%. So let's just check this trade. So we are in a 14,697. So it started with Ashok Leyland, we have shorted and we have bought Tata Motors here. And you can see the Z-score started at 2.7, that's a perfect score. It went up the next day and then again it came back. Now it is at 1.92. Let's see till yesterday. So till yesterday the profit was around 14,000 rupees. Now let's just wait and check in case if there is any other profits. But overall, if you see that your winning trades is 62%, which is less than 70%. But if you see the correlation and the pair, it is Ashok Leyland and Tata Motors, they're both in the four-wheeler segment. So it's better to avoid this kind of calls. But if you want to take a chance, you can always take a chance. Always see to that your highest losing trade is less. Here in this case, the highest losing trade is 3.22 lakhs. That is because you had a split here. You had a split in Tata Motors. That is the reason why you got that particular loss. That was, I'll tell you the date, sometime in September 2011. So in case if you will just go back to the trade, you can see that loss. Not this one. There's a 70,000 profit in that particular trade. That was in that was last year. Yeah, I think it should be here. Yeah, you can just see this here. The call you have short Ashok Leyland at 24.25 and Tata Motors is 464. And then you had the split here in September 9th, 2011. The next day, that is 2011, we had this September 12th. So it fell from 448 to 85. So that is because of that split, you have this loss. It's showing as a loss, but it's actually not a loss. That's actually a split in this. So let's come back to the next trade, some few more trades what we have. So Ashok Leyland, Tata TVS Motors will just we'll just have a look at it, but it's not a pair that could be traded because you have two different segments. But there is a correlation. So you can just see that. Let's see the winning trades here. The winning trades is 61%, and both are in a different segment. But overall, we have a profit of 16,346. But usually, you don't enter into this kind of pairs. But in case if you want to take a risk, then you can get into this kind of trades also. So we short this on March 2nd, Ashok Leyland we short and we bought TVS Motors. So the next day itself we had a profit of 25,000 and 32,000. There are some trades like this where if you ignore the basic principles and enter into a trade, you might make money, but there are chances that you might lose money also. But overall, this is a trade which is still in profit and it's still a continuing trade, and this is on March 17th. But if you ask me, I would have exited on the first day, so the next day itself, in case if I would have entered the trade, which I don't do usually. Nonetheless, we'll get into the next trade. So Tata Motors and Bajaj, we know that the correlation is 52%. Let's not get into this trade. The same here, EM and Hero Motors, 32%. Maruti and Hero Motors, 44%. We are looking at 70%, and then only we'll enter into this those trades. Apollo Tyre and MRF, we again have 39%, so we'll not be getting into this trades. ACC and Grasim, you can see 82%. That will be a very good trade. It's running from quite few days. Let's just check what's the profit ratio in this. So you can just see ACC and Grasim. So the call got closed on 16th March, that is 2 days back. And you can see that the winning trades here is 75%. You know that ACC and Grasim are both in the same segment, that is a similar one. You have 75% profit winning trades. Out of 16 trades, 75% of the winning trades. So this closed at a profit of 20,100 rupees. But the call got generated on February 25th. The Z-score is 3.3. And then it started falling down. You can just see the profit ratios. And finally it closed. Our Z-score, what we were looking at, was 1, but it fell to 0.7. And that's roughly around 20,000 rupees profit on each lot. Let's come back to the next trade. Bharat Forge and BHEL, we have 61%. Let's not get into that. Voltas, you can see that Cipla and Lupin, let's just check this. 77%, roughly around 78% is correlation. We have winning trades here, 94% winning trades. That's roughly out of 18 trades, 94% are winning trades. Let's just check what's happening in this. So this particular call has gone under a loss. So Cipla we have bought, and Lupin we have shorted. You can see that 2.73, the Z-score started at 2.73, and subsequently it fell down, and we had the profits also. 2.0, we had this 8,000 profit, and then I think so the 1.67 we have this. So it's up to you where you decide and get out of the trade. Again, it went back to 2.7, but overall, if you ask me, 2.17 is the Z-score. So the best strategy would have been like enter in 2 lots and then exit 1 lot where you within a few days and carry over the next lot. You make either profit or a loss, but overall you should have made some profits on this particular trade, because this was a good we have good winning trades here. But I would suggest we'll wait till 1.5, at least 1.5. You can see that around 1.5 and the 6,000 or 7,000 rupees of profit, then it should come back to the trade. We'll get into the next. Cipla and Lupin was done. Lupin and Dr. Reddy's, you see that correlation is 35. Let's not get into the same thing with Glenmark and Lupin. So Tata Steel and JSW Steel, 94% is a correlation. Let's check this. So 73% is a winning trades for this. So we have around 15 trades in the last 10 years. Again, the highest losing trade here and highest winning trade is almost equal. Let's just check this particular trade. So the trade got generated on February 19th. The next day we had a profit of 8,000, 11,000. The Z-score started at 3.09. So whenever the Z-score starts at around 3.0 odd, you at least try to book a profit once it comes to at least 2. So at 1.83, the profit was 11. So entering in multiple lots is one good strategy for most of the skirts, where your percentage of profits are good. Now you can see that it started with a profit, went into a loss. You can just check the Z-score here. Now currently the Z-score is around 1.62 and your loss has come down to 3,500 only. So but your correlation is very strong, 95%. So let's just check what will happen today, that is March 18th. Then we'll try to close this trade somewhere near 1. So if it comes somewhere near 1, you'll definitely be in a profit. And then you don't have, then the winning trades is also around 73%. That's a good trade because both are in the same segment and They are into a fairly same business. So that's about Tata Steel and JSW Steel. So we ignore this JP Power, Adani Power, Unitech, JP Associates. Just seeing that not a good correlation. It should be around, we are looking at more than 70%. IOC and it's somewhere near 70%. Let's just check IOC and ONGC. This is a very good pair. 93% is winning trades. You can see the highest winning trades is almost 3 times the highest losing trade. We'll just check what will be the profit here. So the call got generated 3.29. We have short IOC and then we have bought ONGC here. So two, I told you, I was talking about this when you start at around 3, try to exit one lot at 2 Z score, and that will give you a profit, a small amount of profit. But overall, if you see 2.37 is the Z score till yesterday, that is around rupees loss. You can still wait on this trade. And in case if it goes below 2 or somewhere around 1.5%, the Z score, I suggest we can exit the trade. It will be a good profit also. I think these are some of the trades what we have. So Idea Arcom 34%. Let's not get into that. BPCL ONGC, I think this is also a good trade. And that's actually a mistake, I guess, 7%. I think it should be 71%. So I'll just show you this. So you can see that here. The winning trades are 9%. So it started at BPCL we are short and ONGC we are bought. So Z score is 3.16. So around 2.2 or 2, nearly 2, it is 18,000 or 19,000 what we had. That's within 3 days. And then subsequently it started going up. Now I think 1.7 or 1.5 we could have got exit, we could have come out of this trade, but it's still in profits. The strategy is very simple. You have 2 lots, enter into 2 lots and then book profit at 1 lot when your Z score comes to around 2. And then the next lot you can just wait till it at least tries to make somewhere around 0.5 or 1. So I think these are fairly good calls what we have. So Yes Bank and Bank Nifty, I think we saw this. Yes Bank, Can Bank, Syndicate Bank, Bank of India 82%. So these are all, we don't have this enough of correlation. The strength should be at least we are looking at Yes Bank, Axis Bank is one very good trade. I think it closed checkered. So you have the winning trades as 90%. That is out of 20 trades in this last 10 years. You have lost only 2 trades and your least highest losing trade is around 30,000 rupees, which is almost 1/3 of your highest trade. That's a fantastic pair. So you can just see it's still running. We had this call on March 2nd. Yes Bank we bought and we short Axis. So it's still under around 14,000 rupees profit till yesterday. I mean this particular call should close. It's almost come to 1.3 on an intraday basis. I think it will make 1% and that should be a quite decent profit in this particular trade. So let me just close this and we'll just again check the trades in the evening once more after the market closes. If you have any fresh trades, we'll just have a look at them. So thank you.